And it scared me to death because I was very much a skeptic. That's when I became a believer because I couldn't explain that away.
I've never had that happen before with this camera. That was pretty weird.
Yeah, that was really weird.
We've had several kids come up and say, hey, there's a little kid that wants to play with me. Women especially will have their hair tugged on or pulled on. We've even had things move in here right in front of people's eyes.
Thank you. If this is one of the kids, can you light up the green light? Whoa.
Wow.
Music box is going off. Hello? That was really cool. It just touched a REM pod.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tripwire just went off.
What? Oh, the tripwire just went off. We're on the streets of Cynthiana, Kentucky. This is a really cool, small little town, rich in history with a lot of stories of paranormal activity, but I will tell you this. One of the things that I was the most shocked about when we pulled in to this little town is that the creator and lead artist of the Walking Dead comic books is from this town. And because of that, the first edition of The Walking Dead is set in Cynthiana, Kentucky. This is the Walking Dead town. This is where Rick Grimes is from. Such a cool background story to those comics, and so cool after watching that television show being here. But that's not why we're here tonight. The reason we're here is because the oldest opera house in the state of Kentucky is here, and it has stories of paranormal activity that date back decades. It's said to be one of the most haunted buildings in Kentucky, and there's a lot of stories of paranormal activity here. So welcome to the Rose Opera House. Miranda, Dave couldn't be here today, so that means you jumped in and volunteered to be ghost bait tonight.
That's right. You guys get my lovely face?
So this, unfortunately, Dave is taking a break from investigating. So Miranda and I are here in Kentucky investigating the hauntings of the Rose Opera House. What do you think of this place? I mean, just the outside, you can tell this building is old.
Oh, for sure. You can tell the whole town is old, and it has that old town, really cute and quaint feel to it. But yeah, the building just looks very interesting.
And I imagine when the sun goes down, things are gonna get really creepy here inside this building.
I hope so.
So let's go in and get a walkthrough from one of the four owners, James. He's waiting inside for us. And let's talk to him so he can give us all the stories and all the paranormal activity of this beautiful, historic, and haunted opera house.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Well, the first part of this building was built in 1871. That was a few years after the Civil War. That's significant because during the Second Battle of Cynthiana in 1864, this entire block was burned by General Morgan and his raiders. So we don't know what was here before, nor do we know if the ghosts that we have here or the paranormal activity is linked to what was here before or the theater itself. Now, a few years later, in 1941, the new Rose Opera House was added. It's right behind me, and we'll go in there. But it was built to be a more modern 400-seat theater.
Where do you experience, before we head in there, is there a part of the theater that you think there's more paranormal activity, or you think it's throughout?
I think it's throughout, but there seems to be more entities in the new theater part.
Now, I've heard some stories. That they've said that there's children in the actual rows. People have heard the voices of children in here.
Well, there's been EVPs captured of children. I'm not too familiar with disembodied voices of the children, but we do know that children have seen the children ghosts. We've had several kids come up and say, hey, there's a little kid that wants to play with me. There's a little boy that seems to hang out around the stage when the movie screen is down and movies are going on. We've had people come up to the concession stand during a movie and say, somebody's letting their kid play behind the stage and he's peeking out at us. So, and I've seen the boy. It's a little boy. It's the only thing that I've actually seen, and it scared me to death because I was very much a skeptic when we took over the building about 18 years ago. But I was in here working one day. All the doors was locked, all the lights were on, and I come out onto the balcony, kind of right above where I'm standing right now, and I look into the theater, and there's a little boy standing right down there at the end of this carpet at the stage. He's about the height of the stage, and he's as full-bodied as you or I. And so it startles me at the minute, and I'm thinking, whose kid is in here? Because I think it's a real kid, until he turns and runs towards the exit sign and disappears in thin air right before my eyes. That's when I became a believer, because I couldn't explain that away. We do live plays, concerts, but mostly movies. We're open every weekend, usually with a movie. But it was right here that I saw the little boy. He was about this tall, so that's about a 6 or 7 year old child. And other people have seen him. And there seems to be a girl that hangs out in this theater as well, maybe even smaller. Her name, we believe, is Anna, because that has been captured by multiple groups. And we don't know where they're from. We don't know what they're connected to, if they're connected to the theater or houses that were here before the theater was built. We just don't know.
Wow. And the theater itself has an interesting relationship to spirits. It's like, I guess, folklore among people that were raised in the theater that, like there's always a ghost light on the stage, and and so paranormal activity and theaters go hand in hand. It's like they say the show never stops, and if you were a thespian, then you would haunt a theater. So I mean, it's fascinating to think about, and this being the oldest, one of the, as far as you can find, the oldest opera house. Right,
especially the old part. The original theater is 153 years old now.
Wow. So I think I've heard you say before in interviews with the news and other teams that you believe everyone here is more friendly in nature. Is that true?
I think so. We've never had, as far as I know, any malevolent spirits or demonic activity. People ask me that all the time. Do I think it's demons? No, there's never been anything that you would associate with that. The children seem to be very familiar with...
What?
The camera just shut off on me. It didn't even give me the battery died symbol. It just literally, the screen went black.
Oh, that's weird.
Standing right here.
That happens sometimes here.
And these batteries will last forever. I only used it for like 5 to 10 minutes outside. And just however long it was that we were in here, there's no reason why this should have just shut off.
Will it turn back on?
No, it's not turning back on. Let me run and grab another battery really fast out of the thing.
All right.
There's no. We've only been walking through here for what? 5 minutes?
Maybe.
I've never had that happen before with this camera.
That happens in here. Batteries drain like
really
crazy.
Interesting.
One of the things about the children in this main part of the theater is they seem to be very familiar with the equipment that paranormal groups use. And so if you have EMF meters that flash, or you can sometimes, if they're active, get them to turn them on, turn them off on command. Now, the shadow man that I was talking about, he seems to come out of this area right here. This window is into what was built as a crying room in 1941, where parents could take their kids if they were crying, and there was a speaker in there, and so they could still watch the movie and their kid wouldn't disturb the audience. But we believe that this is a door from the old building, and the shadow man seems to come out of this wall here or out of this window area and just walk through the theater and disappear. And so we believe maybe that he's just a residual spirit leaving work after a day at the theater and going home. Now, one of the spirits that we have here, ghosts, that seems to be tied to this old building is a lady in a white dress. She has this long white Victorian dress. Her sleeves are all the way down to her wrist, high neck collar, and she has straight brown hair. She seems to be tied to this old part of the building because she's never been seen out in the main newer theater. And this stairway here that goes up to the original theater, she's been seen several times on this stairway, either coming down it or going up it by folks. I've never seen her, but one of our partners here has seen her twice in the last 20 years. So we'll head up. Now this hallway here is a very active area of the building, probably one of the most active areas as far as getting EVPs and hearing a disembodied whistle. That's frequent in here and in the old theater here, which is where we're going to go next. This is Aeolian Music Hall. It was built as the original theater in 1871. So this was before film, silent movies. So it was just a music hall when it was originally built. Concerts, preaching, revivals, town meetings, dances, balls.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we're trying to bring it back. We do a music program the second Thursday evening, a singer-songwriter showcase. And so that's what we've kind of got it set up for now. But originally, the room was a little bit bigger. When they built the new theater, they kind of blocked off some of it and built stairs to get up here in a projection room. You can look up here, this horseshoe-shaped structure above us is a balcony. So this original theater had a balcony, so there's a third floor there, which has bench seating in there as well. Now this area is one of the places where we do presentations. Every fall we do our Cynthiana Ghost Walk, which draws 1,000 people a year to Cynthiana. We do that every Friday and Saturday night. And as part of that, we bring them up here and do presentations on EVPs and videos and pictures that's been turned over to us by groups like yours. Now, frequently during our presentation, we will have people have paranormal experiences while they're sitting there watching our presentation. Women especially will have their hair tugged on or pulled on or have their clothes touched. Other children will have experiences with what they say are other children who want to play with them. We've even had things move in here right in front of people's eyes while we were doing presentations. So it's a fairly active area. And again, the whistling that you hear is sometimes heard in here during music programs, concerts, or even presentations. Well, this is the entrance to the second floor of the original theater. And it's probably the same way it was when it was built in 1871. It's got hand-painted ceilings you'll see when you go up there. No electricity. So let's go.
Interesting.
So this is the balcony of the original theater built in 1871. You can see the bench-style seating that just wraps around here. The circular windows on the side would have swiveled out and open to allow air to come in if that was needed. And you can see the hand-painted stenciled ceiling above us, which goes all the way throughout. And then when silent movies came, they built a silent movie projection booth and then had a screen in here. And this is where silent movies would have eventually first been shown here in Cynthiana.
That's amazing. And is there any sort of stories up here from people that you can remember?
Not a whole lot. A couple of EVPs have been captured up here, but that's about all that I've ever heard of is happening up here.
Here's an interesting question. In your years of hearing the stories, experiencing the activity yourself, what is it about the new theater that you think attracts the paranormal activity, the spirits? Because you would think that the older building would have more history and therefore more spirits, but it seems like it's the opposite.
Well, it could be. There's a whole lot more energy in there because, I mean, the new theater is continually used every weekend. So people are coming in there, they're having a good time, they're laughing, they're crying, and whatever they're experiencing. So all that energy is there and people are there. It's also the new part, and I didn't mention this while I was down there, there's an underground aquifer underneath that theater. And when it was originally built, it was one of the first buildings in this part of Kentucky to have air conditioning. They pumped up water from this underground well underneath the theater, floated through copper tubes and blew air across it, and that's what air conditioned the place. And I don't know if you heard it in the background, but it's still our air conditioning today. We still pump up from the underground aquifer and blow air over it and cool the theater. And you all mentioned how cool it was down there. So
Yeah.
it could be that underground water source, the bedrock, but it might be the perfect storm of all those things that you paranormal investigators say contributes to that kind of stuff.
That was pretty weird.
Yeah, that was really weird.
We were only in here for 5 minutes. Those camera batteries for the DSLR that you're using right now were fully charged. Made sure that all of them were on charge all night last night, and somehow it only lasted for maybe 10 minutes, and it was when we were up by the stage talking about whether the spirits here were friendly or, you know.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing about it, I think, is that it happened to turn off right whenever he was talking about how the activity here tends to be more like mischievous and playful. So,
Yeah.
weird coincidence.
And then we find out later on in the walkthrough that there's a giant aquifer that sits underneath of this, which, you know, it's always been a theory that water, especially running water, can charge paranormal activity. And the energy of the people coming in here and seeing movies and seeing performances, you know, it's like it not only charges the activity that's already here, but people believe it creates its own residual energy in and of itself. So, so far this theater is beautiful, but it has an energy to it. You can feel that this place has paranormal activity just when you walk in through the doors.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The moment that I walked in, it wasn't a weird vibe, it wasn't a bad vibe, it was absolutely like a mischievous and like playful vibe.
So hopefully whenever the sun goes down here and we start investigating this place and we turn all of these lights out, hopefully those mischievous kids will come out and hang out with us and play, light up some of the equipment.
I hope so.
I'm excited. You ready to get started?
I am ready.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
So the sun's down, Miranda, and we are getting ready to head inside the theater to see what we can capture. Now, we're going to be wandering throughout the theater, might even make our way up to the balcony at some point, but I want to say that one of the areas they said has a lot of activity where the lady in the white dress is always seen as on the stairs. So I put a REM pod and a musical motion sensor over there with a camera. So we'll have to be listening for that music to go off, because you never know. If that lady walks down the stairs, she may trigger that motion sensor.
That's right. You never know. We'll definitely keep an ear out.
So let's head in here and get started. I think we have a little opera planned.
Oh, you actually wanted to do that?
Yeah, of course I want you to do that. Let's go.
Okay.
We're in an opera house.
I mean, okay.
Hello? If there's anyone here, my name is Ryan and this is Miranda. We've come a long way to come and speak to whoever's here. Ready to go up on stage for your performance?
I guess so. Amore mio bella, situm multus sole, prendi questium mio strale, apra mio petto, e vidra scritio core, amarili, amarili, amarili il mio amore. There we go.
Yay! Everyone give her a round of applause. I heard something over here right as soon as you were finishing that.
Yeah, I thought so too.
It was like a loud, it didn't sound like like displacement or like just pressure being moved on the floor, but you weren't moving, none of us were moving, but there was something that popped back there in that
Yeah.
corner.
Did you like my song?
If you like that, can you touch one of these lights right here? Go ahead and light up any one of these to show us that you're here. All right, I'm going to set two things up here for you on the chair. This box, if you get close to it, you can make it light up with the green light or the red light for yes and no. And then this, there's a candle right here that if you get close to it, you'll be able to make it stop flickering, and then you can light the candle again. So you see how that is flickering like that? Ooh.
Can you turn it back on? Or did it just automatically go out?
It should. It just turns off and on when it's exposed to EMF. So this particular candle right here was given to us by a paranormal investigator named Lennon O'Hare. So big shout out to him. Thank you to Lennon for gifting us this candle. And it turns on and off like that when it's exposed to EMF. Move that to the back because it obviously doesn't want to stand up. Can you make the candle, can you blow the candle out again? You get close to it, you can blow it out. Thank you. If this is one of the kids, can you light up the green light? Whoa.
Wow.
Are you serious?
That's so cool.
On cue. Wow.
Did you used to play at this theater?
The green light lit up again.
Were you one of the actors? Did you like my song?
I just heard movement over there.
Yeah, so did I.
You can come closer.
You don't have to be shy. We won't hurt you.
That was cool.
That was really cool.
Getting that to light up like that.
Yeah.
Can you get close to the candle again and make it, you can light it that way. It's getting a little bit dark in here. This is like a fun game, isn't it?
Where'd you go?
There, thank you. Thank you so much. What was that?
I don't know, but I definitely heard it.
Sounded like it was upstairs somewhere.
Yeah, it did. Like something moved.
Yeah. The candle went out again.
Should we go upstairs?
If you want us to go upstairs, you can light the candle again, or you can turn on the green light. Whoa. Did that candle light whenever you were panning away from it?
Yeah. So you want us to go upstairs? No. Do you want us to stay down here with you?
Yes.
Okay, we'll stay down here.
Do you want to play hide and go seek? We can set up some fun stuff and you can go hide and let us know where you are by touching it. Making some funny noises, some strange things. But all the weird things that you see out here, we brought all these for you. All the strange lights, and they may look like flames to you, but they're not going to hurt you if you just touch them. We'll be able to see them change color. Candle just went out again. When it lit up yes, it held on yes for a long time. That was really cool. It just touched a REM pod.
Yeah.
Or they just touched a REM pod.
Oh, I got chills.
It would have had to have been one of the ones, probably the one farthest back.
Yeah. Can you touch it again? Remember, all these toys are here for you.
Do you want us to bring the candle back there? If you want us to bring the candle back there, can you touch that red light again, the red flame?
Have you been looking at the candle?
Ooh.
No, it just said no. The candle just turned on and it said no.
So you want the candle to stay where it is? Candle turned off again. Whoa. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. That came from over here.
Rolling EVP session. This is on the stage at the Rose Opera House, placing it by the candle. I just put a weird box there by the candle that we think you can speak to and put your voice on. No. Can you yell really loud for us so we can hear your voice? We'd love to hear it.
If you can, we'd love to know your name. Can you tell us how old you are?
How many fingers am I holding up right now? Can you say this number right into that black box as close as you can? Okay. So I'm going to turn the candle off for right now, just because I'm going to review this and I don't want to miss anything. Nothing that I could tell. Have to take that file and maybe review it and see if there's anything there that we didn't hear on these speakers, because these speakers generally aren't the best for playback, but let's move down into the seats over here and see if there's anyone over by that REM pod that wants to talk.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure which REM pod it was that went off, but that was so weird because it was right as I was saying, describing to them what it was.
Well, it was right after, yeah.
Yeah. It's like right after I described to them what it was, one of these lit up. It sounded further off, so I think it might have been this one.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm going to set the epoch box right there. That way that camera will get it. And I'm going to set the candle the EMF candle right there. Who was it that set off this light right here? We thought we heard you. All these lights right here on the floor too are a way for us to see where you are. You can walk down these purple lights and you'll see them change colors. That'd be fun. That was loud.
Yeah.
Hello? Ooh, the candle just turned off. Are you right beside me? If you are, can you push it off of there? Or maybe make it turn back on? Thank you. That is almost on its lowest setting. So this is a new piece of equipment we've never used before, but I did test it at home to make sure that it was triggered by EMF, so I put it up to stuff with high EMF, and it does turn the candle on and off when it's exposed to EMF. So the fact that it's just changing, turning off and lighting up on its own is really bizarre.
You seem to really like that candle, huh?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it sounded like it came up from the balcony.
It sounded like it was on the balcony?
I think so. It almost sounded like I heard it like up here and then it kind of echoed down that way.
You want to go up there?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, we'll leave this stuff set up right here. That camera can see everything that we have set up now down here, so.
Do we want to bring the epoch though?
Yeah, let's
then
bring.
we can ask yes or no questions.
Let's bring the epoch with us.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, the spookier the better.
Can't ever go wrong with things being spooky. But you can make sure you have light to be able to see so you don't trip over your own equipment.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Hello? This is where the musical motion sensor is, so don't be alarmed when it goes off, okay?
Okay.
Did you hear how that happened? Did you hear how that played music whenever we walked up the stairs? You can follow us up and make the music go off too. We always heard there was a man that liked to walk up here on the balcony. We'd love to hear your footsteps or see your shadow like other people have.
That was over at the stage.
It was down there. Can you turn that candle off? I see the candle's lit up again. Can you make it turn off for me? Just so you can show me that you're here. If you stand right next to it, it'll turn off. Well, want to walk to the creepy part of the balcony?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's go to the creepy part of the balcony. So this would have been the part of the balcony. This would have been how big the balcony was, I'm sure, before they put in this new projector room right here. Because this is, I guess, added on. Maybe? I don't know. I can't imagine these seats back here would have been too functional. They are creepy, though.
Yeah.
These are some old theater seats right here.
Yeah.
Hello? All right. Maybe try a quick burst EVP up here.
Heck yeah.
There is some background noise, but that frequency may feed in and allow for better communication. You don't know, this is why we do these EVP sessions and experiment, because we don't know what causes the voices to be carried through on the device. EVP session back of the balcony. Is there anyone here with us? If you're here, can you tell us your name? Do you like having visitors? Nothing on that. Nothing on that EVP. There's nothing so far on the balcony, right?
No, nothing. Despite hearing all those noises, I don't really feel anything up here either.
Right. We had some creepy stuff happening down there on the main theater level, which is exactly what James told us, that they get a good amount of activity down there.
Yeah, it's also... I feel like when we were down there, well, we did keep hearing noises on the stage, but we did think we heard some stuff from up here. And then whenever we were up here, though, I thought I heard a couple of things from down there as well. So it's almost as if, like, it's moving away from us.
Maybe. So let's go back down there for a second, and then from there, we will head up to the Opera House after we drink some water and cool down, because it's even hotter up there. We'll go up to the old music hall, the original 1871 music hall. But then maybe we'll split up and we'll go full night vision, completely dark, solo.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so we're up here on the second floor. This is the old Opera House. This is the music hall built in 1871. And there's a lot of strange and unusual things that people have experienced up here. I thought I just saw the tripwire light up over there. Maybe not. We also have a camera running down this hallway right over here, night vision. And there's actually a bunch of equipment that's lined throughout that hallway there. So if anything happens, that camera's going to capture it.
And we decided to go for spooky ambiance.
That's right, we're going with the red lighting up here because it's not quite as bright, makes it look a little bit spookier up here.
And the spookier, the better.
That's right. So you said you wanted to try maybe a seance over here of sorts, maybe turn on the spirit box and see if we can get something to come and sit in that circle on the tripwire on that table. You want to go over there and try that?
Sure.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
I like how that was just an idea that I had for one day due to like it's in a circle, so it's like
Yeah.
prime seance, layout. So, but yeah, we can do it tonight too.
Let's do it.
I know.
What? So I went to sit down right here, and there's no chair. I'm so lucky that I reached back to feel where the chair was, because I almost just went down.
That could have been so bad.
So we're gonna start sitting down. We're gonna see what happens. So I have a box right here that if you come up and you get close to it, we should be able to hear your voice. Can you come up and speak to us? Music box is going off. Hello? Oh, the tripwire just went off. I have chills. Wow. Can you step towards us for a second so that stops playing the music? Ooh, that sent chills up my spine.
Yeah. Can you please step away so that we know that it's you?
What if I walked through and you followed me out? How about that? See? You can go ahead and grab a hold of me. Go ahead and grab a hold of me. Now follow me. You can see there's nothing in front of it. I'm going to switch it off.
I thought I heard a noise from back there.
I'm going to switch it off. Still, yeah, I mean, it took us a few minutes to set up the equipment. So this would have been set up for probably about 10 minutes before it actually did anything.
Yeah.
It sat completely silent that whole time. Did you hear how that made music when that red light came on? That was a little spooky.
Yeah. Back to the impromptu seance?
Yeah, back to the spirit box and the tripwire seance. What was that?
I don't know.
Hello?
Tripwire.
There is a refrigerator in here, but that sounded louder than a refrigerator.
Yeah.
But we'll have to keep an ear peeled to see if that...
I think the tripwire just went off again.
I think so.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we hear it again.
Yeah, because that was definitely a very loud noise now. It could have been an ice maker in the fridge, I'm not sure, but
Is the fridge on?
I can check for really fast.
Yeah.
Yes, it is on.
Okay. Huh?
So, but I don't, whoops. It does have an automatic ice maker, but there's no ice being made. So the ice tray is empty. I think the ice maker is off.
Got it.
So it definitely wasn't the ice maker in here.
Weird.
See, that's the fridge kicking on. I don't know. We'll listen for it, see if we hear more.
Sounds good to me. All right.
Interesting.
And again, back to impromptu seance. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna sit right here. Did someone set off that music box? Did you hear that pretty music that played?
Did I just say yes?
It sounded like a man's voice, but it may have said yes. I'm not sure. Let's replay it and see if it'll... See, tell us down in the comments. Did you hear yes during this?
Did I just say yes? Did I just say yes?
We've traveled a long way because we heard a lot of stories of people that are still here at the Opera House, at the music hall. Hello. We heard that there was a battle here, that's a Confederate general came through here and burned this whole street. Is there anyone that was harmed during that? Tripwire over there went off.
Can you tell us what was here before the Opera House? Before it burned down?
Can you come through? Sorry if we're rude. We didn't introduce ourselves. My name is Ryan, and this is Miranda, and we just want to speak to you. Can you come through and tell us your name? I tell you what, to see if there's anyone here that can hear us, I'm holding up a number of fingers. Can you come through and tell me how many fingers it is that I'm holding up? And that way we know you can see us. Is that your name? What if we stood up and walked away from this table? Would that help you? Hello? Can you make these lights light up for me right here so I can see that you're here, or maybe make...
That was me.
Okay. Or maybe make that music play over there? Are you happy that we're here to visit you? Nothing on the spirit box.
Mm-mm.
I mean, absolutely nothing. That was really bizarre, though, that music box went off like that.
Yeah.
In that moment. If any of the kids can hear us, can you come upstairs and play? We heard there's a lady in white that hangs out up here. I didn't bring a recorder with me. Do you have a recorder on you?
I do actually. It's in there by the book bag.
In here by the book bag?
Mm-hmm.
They always say they get EVPs out here, so maybe we could try that and see if we get any EVPs out here.
Yeah.
Rolling EVP session. Setting the recorder down here on the chair. If there's someone here with us, can you speak into that box that I just set on the chair there? We heard there's a lady in white, a white dress, that is seen moving up and down the stairs over here.
Can you tell us what her name is?
Stomach. Did she used to perform on the stage here at the theater? All right, you ready to listen back to this?
Yeah.
Rolling EVP session. Setting the recorder down here on the chair. There's someone here with us. Can you speak into that box that I just set on the chair there? We heard there's a lady in white, a white dress. There's a scene moving up and down the stairs over here. Can you tell us what her name is? Did she used to perform on the stage here at the theater?
Nothing.
No. Whoever made the music box go off, can you make it go off again?
What was weird was it was like it went off when we weren't paying attention to it.
It's true.
So maybe we should sit back down at the table. Just as an experiment, maybe we should turn on the Ovilus and see what it says.
Yeah.
See if it happens to come up with anything relevant. And then maybe while we're not paying attention, one of these pieces of equipment will go off. Because if it is a child, they're not necessarily going to do something that you want when you're watching.
That's true. And just so you guys know, we have more toys for you.
Was that you? You weren't nearly close enough to that.
I don't think so.
Walk back through where you just walked. Swing your hand out. It could have been. It could have been you walking on the floorboards then.
Yep. But as you saw, I am just
You were destroying my cat ball experiment there, Miranda.
chaos. I am utter chaos all of the time. But as you saw, you can make those go off. These balls also light up, and then there's another one right over here. And they're all for you to play with.
The balls do light up, but it would be really cool if you could make that roll off of the chair. There's another one in the hallway out on the armrest of the bench.
And there's one right there.
And there's one right over here. So if you could make those roll off of the table or chair or bench, that would be a really cool way for us to know that you're there. So the Ovilus is a device that is manufactured by Digital Dowsing. Bill Chappell used to make them, and this is a version that was made by Bill Chappell. So it takes environmental readings, and when it picks up on fluctuations of those environmental readings, there's a word database that it'll speak words, and it's believed that the energy shift can generate words. The only time I've ever been shocked by something that came through the Ovilus was at the Villisca Axe House in Villisca, Iowa. And the Ovilus has not said anything since I started, and that is so weird because Dave always complains about how that thing never stops talking, and it has not said a single thing in this house. Can you make that say a word that'll tell me that you're here? I want to talk to whoever's in this house. I'm going to move this out here. And ending on GhostTube SLS.
Homicide.
What? Oh my God. Oh God. Whew, hold on. No way. Oh my God. My hair is standing up on end. I asked right before I went in to break down the Ghost Tube SLS if it could say something to let me know that it could hear me. And it's been quiet this whole time. This whole time it's been quiet. And I come out after saying that, and the ovilus starts talking and it says homicide. So we'll see, maybe it'll surprise us tonight.
Perhaps.
All right, smartass.
That was perfect.
That was perhaps. As soon as I turn it on, perhaps.
Caress. Tremor. Murder.
Sorry, like how it says.
Paula.
Paula,
Cell.
is that your name?
Ocean. Hidden. Hat. Ease.
If you can use this box,
Accuse. Zinc.
a lot of randomness.
Mm-hmm.
We've had people tell us that you can use this box to speak, and we would love to know for sure whether or not you can use this.
Metaphysics.
Tripwire went off over there. Okay.
Pinky.
Pinky. We have a subscriber named Pinky. That's their YouTube name. Pinky, they're calling you out.
Wife.
Oh, Pinky's your wife?
Inform. Follow. Molecules. Inside.
We are inside. What's that we hear? Can you tell us what we hear right now? What's going on outside? What's passing us? Can you use this box and tell us what's going by the building right now? What's going by the Opera House? Now's when it's quiet.
Maybe it was just getting used to the environment.
Maybe. It also could be that something with the railroad was interfering with it there for a little bit.
Doubt.
That was a theory. You don't have to call me out like that. Are there people here that used to live on this street that now live inside this opera house?
Fight. Out.
What happened to...
Fuck.
Whoa, I just heard something behind you over here.
Was it this?
Save.
It might have been. What happened to all the buildings that used to sit here?
Clock.
Mm.
Energy.
You can use my energy if you need to. You can take whatever you need.
Providence. Nickel. Sunset.
That's what it takes to get into Providence. A nickel.
Oh,
Grind.
Must have gotten too hot.
yep. Okay. Whoa, I heard that.
Yeah, me too.
So we're gonna go ahead and roll on just this camera for right now because the GoPro that Miranda's been recording on here, because it's so hot in this building, the GoPro keeps overheating. That's the second time tonight that the GoPro is overheated, so
Yeah.
it's a little bit warm up here. It's even warmer upstairs where I'm about to go on my solo.
Shop. Carry.
Shop carry. Interesting. I don't know. My thoughts on the Ovilus are very mixed. I know Dave absolutely hates the Ovilus.
Yeah, I just think it needs to be more sensitive, maybe.
Yeah, there's no way to turn down the sensitivity on it.
Yeah.
I think that it's too sensitive to the environment around it. At least the one that we got.
Yeah.
Because this thing has been speaking a lot, and it's just been a bunch of randomness. And the problem is it's hard for me to say that this is a reliable paranormal research tool when it's just spitting out words, because relevancy is going to happen over time the longer you keep this on. If it continually just spits out words, how long is it going to be until it comes to the word theater?
Right.
You know,
Or fire.
Or fire.
Or something like that, yeah.
Or something that's relevant to the history. That was what was so, I would say, shocking to me about what it said in Villisca, was because it didn't say anything prior to it. It said absolutely nothing the entire time I was on that second floor, and then the first word that it spit out was homicide. That one shocked me and blew me away. But that's why we experiment with them, you know? It's like, the only way to know how unreliable or reliable a piece of equipment is to turn it on and see if it works for you. So... And so far, there's only been one instance that I can recall in the many investigations that I've turned the Ovilus on that it actually works for me.
Shoulder.
Raid shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to turn that off. Yeah. Can the next word that you say be one of our names? Can you say one of our names through this box?
Snap.
Snap.
Yeah.
Well, for anyone who's up here, thank you so much if you came out and talked to us. Whoever set off the music, we really appreciate it.
Possibly. Hunt.
And I am going to be right back up here. I'm going to be up in the balcony here in a few minutes, and I'm going to have all the lights out. So if there's anyone here that maybe is afraid of the light, it's a strange thing to be afraid of, but no one's ever proven that ghosts or spirits are afraid of light. But if that's what's holding you back, come talk to me when it's dark up there, and Miranda's going to be in the dark in the theater.
Place.
Let's go. It's time for solos.
Conditions.
Let's go. It's time for solos.
Muscle. Eye.
That was a little weird.
What?
It said bye.
No, it said B-U-Y.
Oh, never mind.
Wrong buy.
God, I wish.
B-U-Y. It's gonna buy some muscle. It's official. We are alone. Miranda is down in the theater, and I'm up here in the old music hall in the balcony. One of the oldest parts of the building. The most original part of this opera house. So, there's a lot of history involved in this particular part of the building. And it's a part that they really don't use anymore, so... Let's see what happens. It is very, very creepy up here. But it's also very, very hot. So, wish me luck.
Okay, guys, so I am here, lights out, by myself on the stage, and I was going to see if we could play a little game of hide and seek. Since James said that there was a lot of children here, I thought that would be fun to see if the children would want to interact with that. I have a tripwire behind me that I should be able to see if it's going off. I have 2 REM pods, so I'll be able to hear, and I kind of tucked in a place where I thought little kids might want to try and hide in. If there are any children here, I want to play a game with you. I was hoping we could play hide and seek.
If there's someone up here, I put this ball right here on the back of the bench. You can knock that off. I'd love to see you just swat that off of there. Just so everyone can see that that ball is in. That was me making the meter go off. That ball is stable. Like, you can see that ball is pretty. It's on there. It's not going to fall. So if you're here, can you come up to this light in my hand and get close to it? Come up to my right hand. I'd love to see you. Oh, there is one more thing that I wanted to do. Let me set this down right here. I have this musical motion sensor. I'm going to set this here on the stairs so I will know if anyone is coming up the stairs.
Now, I do have lights around here, but I'm facing the opposite way. So, I won't see you where you're hiding. So I'm going to count down from 10. And after I get to 1, you have to hide. All right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There was somebody earlier who liked playing with that candle. Are you still here?
Hello? Interesting. I had some EMF spikes right here a second ago. Is there someone right here? I heard something in here. Hello? If there's anyone up here with me, my name is Ryan. Oh, that's me. I come in peace. Me. I don't mean you any harm.
Can you turn the candle off for me? Is there anyone here who... Thought I heard a noise from over there. Hello? Is there somebody behind in the back of the stage there? It's another one of the REM pods.
I'm getting some spikes right here on this. If there's someone up here with me, can you make a loud, loud sound? So I know where you are. Whoa. Thank you. I was getting spikes and I'm getting crazy spikes in EMF right here. At the exact same time as the cat ball's going off. And then the spikes die down. Can you push that ball off of there for me? If this is really your energy that I'm seeing here. Can you push that ball off of that seat, off of that bench? If this is really your energy that I'm seeing here. Can you push that ball? Let me see here. The spikes aren't coming from the floor. Are they coming from the ceiling? No. Is this the man that people see up here all the time? If this is, can you touch this red light down here on the floor for me? This one that I have set up here?
How about we do a little bit of walking? I'm gonna come back there, is that okay? Yeah, you don't have to be shy. I promise I won't hurt you. I just want to talk. If you're hiding, you don't have to. You can come out. I promise I'm not scary.
I'm going to step back away from this here. What was that? Hello? Miranda and I were not hearing any of these noises from downstairs. Hello? Got the trusty flashlight ready. Is there someone over here?
Can you touch one of the red lights for me? Can you tell me what was here before the Opera House? I just noticed the candle went out. Whoever turned that candle off, can you turn it back on for me so I know that you're here? I thought I just heard a knock over there. Is that you? Can you make another noise for me? Tripwire just went off. Thank you. Are you one of the children that likes to play here? Here, what if I give you some space? I'm gonna come back here. Do you feel better?
My name is Ryan. Can someone walk up the stairs for me? If you're downstairs, come on up to the balcony. You have a much better, there's a great view up here. You can see the performance so much better from up here. Hello? You can move any of this stuff if that would help you show me that you're here. If that's something you can do, you can throw things. Or if you get close to this box right down here, it'll play music. Can you do that for me? I'm not going to lie, those were a couple of interesting loud noises. Again, loud noises, noises in general don't necessarily mean anything because it could just be building noise, but it's not something that I have identified or heard yet. That's the first time I've heard those noises. Are you up here with me? I'm alone. Test the EMF here. We're at a flat 0 right here. So if someone was actually setting this off over there, can you come back to my hand and stand next to me?
Wonder what's happening upstairs with Ryan. Tripwire, I think. Thank you. Do you like lighting up those purple lights? These toys that I brought, they won't hurt you. So you don't have to be afraid to touch them. Yeah, see that candle? Can you blow the candle out for me? Go ahead, can you blow it out? Do you feel better now that I've stepped away?
And you see right here, if I stand, you see if I stand right back here where I was getting the spikes before, this is where I first started to get them. There's a little bit of a up to the second green light, but just barely. It's, oh, nope, there it goes. I don't have my cell phone on me. My cell phone is downstairs in the lobby. I'm gonna be sweating through my shirt by the time this is done. Let's see what the temperature on the 85.2, so 85.3, the temperature's going up on the mill. But then if I come back over here, could it be this? No, that's at a 0. As soon as I step back over here, we've got spikes, so there has to be something electrical right here. Which is good and bad. It's bad because this is not a reliable tool right there, but it's good because that means there's possible energy in the air that could be used by spirits. That's a theory that people believe, that where there's high EMF, there's more energy for spirits to use. Yeah, James said that there's not a whole lot that he's ever heard of happening up here, and that seems to be the case, but hopefully Miranda's getting some stuff down there. I'm gonna tear this stuff down and head down and find out what's going on with her. All right. We are getting ready to leave for abandonment, and we have 3 cameras set up in the Rose Opera House, and we're gonna leave for about an hour and see what it picks up. 1 camera here in the theater, another camera upstairs in the hallway where the woman in the white dress is always seen, and then 1 camera sitting in the music hall, the original 1871 part of the Opera House that still is used to this day. We had some interesting stuff in the theater here, Miranda, and some interesting stuff in that music hall, so we'll see what happens. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go ahead and take off.
Good.
We're leaving!
That's pretty good.
Good. We're back. Here we are at the end of another night here, a night of investigating. Some interesting stuff happened throughout the night, and we may have more that we don't even know that we captured because the abandonment cameras were set up. We don't know what happened there. And also we had audio rolling during our sessions that we still have yet to review. We don't know about that, but of course you do. And if you love these paranormal investigations, make sure you guys smash that like button, make sure you comment down below, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we have a lot more coming. What'd you think? You like the Rose Opera House?
Yeah, it was really awesome here.
And yeah, that experience with the music box upstairs, I think about made me come out of the chair literally. Music box is going off. Hello? If you guys are ever here in Cynthiana, Kentucky, come by the Opera House here. See a movie or maybe even book yourself a paranormal investigation. It's a lot of fun. And the stories of hauntings here are endless, so check it out. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.